Oh, Tuttle. You know, my wife and I were discussing. folk. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to get started now. This is the Village of Royal Palm Beach Special Magistrate hearing for Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. According to Verizon, it's 5:37, so we can get started. My name is Doug McKibben. I'm the Special Magistrate. First thing I'm going to do is swear everyone in. Probably will happen more than once as strays come in, so everyone please raise your right hand. Say I do and we're done. Does everyone swear or affirm the testimony they are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Everyone does. Excellent. All right, most of our cases today will be either violation cases or fine assessment cases. Hopefully everyone has signed in, so they've pulled your file and they can take care of you first and get you on your way. When you hear your name called, please go up to the other podium. Identify yourself by your name and your address. The village will call your case. They will show you some documentation, ask if you have any objections. You can question their case. You can question their witnesses. You can put on whatever other materials you want. You can put witnesses on yourself. And then I get to make a decision at the end of all of that. This all switches when we get to the fine mitigation hearings. Those people have been through a violation hearing and a fine assessment hearing. They are asking for relief, and because of that, they get to go first, and the village gets to respond. I think I've hit all the high points. Please take it away, Village of Royal Palm.
Thank you, sir. Amity Barnard, Village Attorney. We're starting on the agenda on page 1, fine assessment hearings, case 23-1117, 114 Swan Parkway West, Giselle Barrera.
Margaret Hancock, Village of Royal Palm Beach Code Enforcement Officer. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS400 information. Exhibit 4, picture.
Okay.
The name for the record?
Giselle Barrera.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the signed certified mailing for the previous order finding violation that was sent to you. Page 2 of that order. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. Exhibit 3 is the village's permit information. And Exhibit 4 is a photograph. Any objection to these documents being entered?
No.
Thank you.
Objection. Let me check the service on here. I see green cards and things. All right, we have a signed green card, so you do have service and you can proceed. So tell us about this stucco job.
They removed a door and put a window and stuccoed without a permit.
Okay, and do you have anything in your file that shows they do not have a permit?
Yeah, they asked 400 permit information.
You have the lack of a permit in your system, and you have a photograph showing the work that they've done, correct? All right.
And this is a fine assessment hearing, so your previous order from March 18th required compliance by April 25th. They're not in compliance as of today, per Ms. Hancock's testimony, so we're asking for a fine to start running. That's 13 days, 325, and continuing.
All right. Oops. Ms. Barrera, do you know what's going on here?
I could not make the last hearing. It was my first day of work, but I am here now.
All right. What you need to do is run down to the village and get yourself, is this your homestead property?
I have started the permit process. I was notified today that I need to get a new survey because mine is 5 years older, so I already called to get a quote on getting a new survey.
Okay. You are going to come back to me on my fine reduction agenda in another month or two when you get your permit issued. See if you can find me something from work that showed that was your first day. And then bring in whatever you can to show me when you applied for the permit, so I can show that, or so I can see that you have been trying to do this. And usually when people are trying to come into compliance, I cut them breaks at the fine reduction hearings. Okay? Right now, because of where we are, you had a date, you didn't get done by the date. There's not really much I can do other than order a fine, but we will see you later and you'll try to reduce it, okay? Where we are. I mean, unfortunately, if you would have been here a little earlier the last time, it would have been, I would have been able to give you additional time. Right now,
Afford a fine right now.
yeah, I understand that. That's why I'm saying you're going to come back for reduction. There's nothing they can do with this fine to your property, okay? They can't foreclose on it because it's homestead property. It just is a little blot on your title. When you get it done, when the permit's issued, you'll tell code enforcement the fine will stop. And then we'll come back in for a reduction, and you'll tell me, you had your first day, you couldn't make the meeting. You're going to show me that you can prove that. You're going to show me that you applied for a permit and that you got hung up by the survey problem, and then I'll reduce your fine. Okay? All right, 325 plus continuing is granted unless you want to do something else.
Can you give me just a moment?
Sure. Yeah, that's silly for a house.
Just give us one more second, please.
Sure, not a problem. We're working on you. Stucco.
You realize that you're supposed to be pulling a permit for the door that you enclosed.
I did, yeah. That's the permit that I started back in March.
Because this looks like, well, we just got something today. We don't have anything from March.
Today I uploaded new documents, and that's when I got told about the survey.
But it's showing an impact window. It's not showing,
In the description of the application, it says that it's a permit for enclosing the sliding door and putting an impact window and the exterior stucco work.
so you're putting in an impact window as well.
The window's already there. I did this over a year ago.
So,
Give her more time. She's probably gonna need an engineer for that.
that's what I wanted to make sure I understood what the,
It's not like there's a scaffolding something, you're adding a window and, you're probably, Rob's gonna probably want an engineer.
So what you need to do from this moment forward, the fine is going to start running per the magistrate's order, but you need to keep track of what you do between today and the day you get compliance with these code sections, okay? So that when you come back to the magistrate, you can explain everything you did between today and that point so that he can have the evidence to reduce the fine at that time, okay? My concern is you didn't apply or you didn't correct the documents until today, which is the day of the hearing. Your last order required you to comply by April 25th. So you're not even close to getting the permit. My concern was with the comment about the survey, but clearly with what you're proposing to do or what's already been done, you will need the survey, and as the code officer or the code supervisor just said, you probably need some engineering work. So keep good notes about what you've done so that when you come back to the magistrate for fine reduction, you have that with you, okay?
Okay, so I'm confused. So today would start the fine of how much?
5.
Your fine will start running from April 26th through today. That's 13 days. So the fine would be $325 and continuing to run at $25 a day until you comply,
Which means the permit is issued.
which means the permit is issued. That's right. But once you get complied, you can request through code enforcement to come back for fine mitigation hearing. But you need to do everything you can to get through the process.
And you need to document these things so you can tell me at the hearing.
Fine mitigation hearing signifies what? That I don't have to pay that fine if I get in compliance?
To reduce the fine amount. So whatever the fine amount total ends up being, you would come back before this magistrate and you would ask him to reduce the fine. And what you need to show him is your efforts to get into compliance at that time. So bring all the documents that you've submitted, bring the timeline, but your number one goal should be to get into compliance as quickly as you can. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mail. Oh, and this kind of applies to everyone that's here anyway. There's only one part of the orders I signed that's in bold, and it says, once you fix these things, call up code enforcement so they can do a reinspection so they can stop your fine. Because I've literally had people work on things the night of the hearing. I've watched them do it as I've driven home because I live here, but it wouldn't count until they called in for an inspection. So when you get your permit issued, call over to code enforcement and have them look it up on the computer so they can stop it, okay? And we'll work on you later. All right, thank you very much. You get an order in the mail.
Thank you. Moving to page 2, violation hearings. The first case under violation hearings, 24-0004, 10131 Mikado Lane. Sohair Hana and Amir F. Bashir.
Good evening, Special Magistrate. My name is Andrew Armienti, a code inspector with the Village of Royal Palm Beach. The violation was first observed on January 5th, 2024. The notice of violation was sent on January 8th and returned on January 19th. The notice of hearing was sent certified mail on March 1st and returned on March 4th. Special Magistrate, I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation. Exhibit 2, the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, the pictures. And Exhibit 5, the permit information from AS 400.
Okay.
Your name, sir?
Amir
Last name?
Bashir.
Thank you, sir. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation with the signed certified mailing. Exhibit 2 is a notice of hearing for tonight's hearing, again with the signed certified mailing. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing that you own the property. That's the second page of that, maybe a duplicate even. Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violations with the dates.
This is done already. This no have it.
Yep, we'll get there. This is from yesterday, from today. And then this is the village, Exhibit 5 is the village's permit information. And the second, it's just a duplicate, actually. Any objection to these documents being entered? And then you can explain to the magistrate what's going on.
Okay.
Any objection to these papers?
No.
Thank you.
Without objection, I kind of can see the screening in the front of the house. That's kind of easy. You have signed green cards, by the way. You have service. Where is the canopy? Is that over to the left there?
On the left side are their umbrellas, and the right side that right
It was
there.
right there?
Yeah, but that was removed today, Special Magistrate.
Okay, so we're down to the screen enclosure.
Yeah, I have a picture from today that I took showing that it was removed. As you can see right here, it's no longer there.
Okay, good. Okay.
So that's 2657 is a finding of fact.
Effect on 2657, got it.
622-108.4, we're asking for compliance by May 30th or the June 12th fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
What's our date?
Or $25 a day fine.
All right, tell us your side, Mr. Bashir.
I don't decline to remove it. I just have a hard time, and I'm out United States, and I come in sick, like 3 months sick, and after this virus and after this COVID, I have a good communication with Ms. Dina. She gave me 30 days, but after this, I call her because I have a COVID. She tell me just to start the permit, and I give you more money. I start the permit for February 27, and Ms. Dina is left. And I think I have a bad communication with Mr. Andrew. I try to reach him, but him is not office every time is outside. I already upload every document. She tell me just I have to do something for my hand, and I give him whatever metal, how I did it, and I get the permit. I apply for the permit, but after this, the other part tell me you have to bring engineering. I can get engineering plan because it's over budget. It asked me for 2,500, and I try to come back for supervisor, ask him I can do it, and she tell me already I give you a hearing code. You can talk in the Dutch because you have to bring engineering plan. But before, Ms. Dina not tell me this, just tell me make a plan for your hand and apply for permit. I already apply, and I don't get the permit because you ask me for engineering plan. And right now, I can pay for this screen. I am working driver Uber. I don't make a lot of money. I can pay somebody for 2,500. You make a plan for this. And my question, can you have a chance to avoid the engineering plan because it's just a screen outside?
The problem is, this is Florida, and Florida has these things called hurricanes, and these hurricanes take poorly engineered structures, and they blow them into better engineered structures, causing damage. So there's certain things like wind load calculations and stress calculations that need to be made, because this might be a lovely, functional screen enclosure, but it may not last past the first tropical storm, let alone a hurricane. So you have a couple of choices. You either go get yourself an engineer and get some plans drawn up and you submit them, or you remove it. So those are your choices. You did this yourself?
Yes. But
There are permits required when you do additions to structures. You needed to get a permit. They would have told you at the beginning of it to get some engineered drawings.
She not tell me before. I just moved this house 6 months ago. I'm new for this area. It's the first time I buy the house, and I'm really, I don't know, I have to do like a paper for this house. I see people put a screen. I just try to put a screen.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you just can't put a screen without some engineering, because the village would not approve it, because there's liability for everybody there. So you either get it engineered and get a permit, or you take it down. Or you can get fined forever, but that's going to create a problem later on in your life. So we aren't even at that point right now, but these are your choices. Now I'll probably give you a little bit more time to exercise these choices.
I leave this question because I don't get it. My English is not perfect. And I get the fine, like I have to pay the fine and I have to keep it, or I have to pay the fine and I have to remove it?
Well, that all depends on you. You can leave it there and you can get fined every day until the end of time.
No.
But if it's your homesteaded property, they can't touch you.
Yeah, but I don't want to trouble.
Or come back for a fine reduction hearing, then you're going to have to deal with this somehow by either getting it engineered and approved or removed. If you can't afford the engineering, then your probably best bet is to remove it carefully, store it somewhere until you can get it permitted and put it back. But for now, you have an unpermitted structure that the village has no clue whether it'll handle a summer storm, let alone an actual hurricane. And that's what their job is to make sure that any structures that go up in the village have some level of protection to them.
Can you give me like a 90-day, like to organize this money to pay for engineering? Because anyway, supposed to be the search, I have to do surgery, my hernia, both sides. I can do it and I can take something heavy. And I have the paper here.
Okay, they want the end of the month. He wants 90 days. I'll give him 60. I'll give him next month, June something for July.
And just a reminder, hurricane season is coming.
Yes, it's going to be here in less than a month.
So how about July 3rd for July 10?
7/3/7/10. All right, so you have until July 3rd to either get it permitted or removed, or you can leave it there and get fined. It's up to you, but I'm giving you some time because you showed up. Okay, people who show up and care at least get a little bit more time to deal with these things. So either you can find yourself a nice engineer and hopefully they can tell you that this is an easy calculation for them or not. But at least now you have until July 3rd. So 7/3/7/10/25 is granted.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next, please.
Page 3 in the middle, 24-0079, 104 Sunflower Circle, Christopher and Selena Roloff.
Please.
Code sections 1557, 14.2, 12.4C, 06190A, 3 and 5. Grass and weeds exceed height allowed. Miscellaneous items in public view. Garbage can in public view. Sidewalk and driveway are stained. I observed this violation on January 25th of '24. Sent out a notice of violation, certified mail on 1/26/24. Posted it to the property. I sent out a notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/27/24. I received it back on 4/3/24. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Pardon?
Maybe it's in here.
Yeah,
There it is.
thank you.
Christopher Roloff.
Say it louder, I'm sorry.
Christopher Roloff.
Thank you. Don't be like a wedding singer over here. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation. The notice of violation, which came back returned to sender. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing with the confirmation of delivery. It's unsigned, but it was delivered. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership, showing that you own the property. And Exhibit 4 is dated photographs of the violations. And these are the originals. Any
They're
objection?
the originals?
These are from March. Yeah, they're out of
Yeah,
order, sorry.
where, okay.
So
Where
these are the first set from March, when you
Well-
originally cited, and then these are from, yesterday.
didn't it happen January 12th?
So I'll have the code officer
We're
testify
not
that.
quite cross-examining the attorney,
I'm just, I'm,
I'll get
trying to
it,
get
but
some
you-
documents into evidence, and
he's
then you all
asking
can
you
have,
want a courtesy notice. Any objection to these documents?
no.
Okay, thank
do
you.
without objection. Okay. You see these? All right, affidavit of service,
January.
notice of violation,
So you got the notice of violation,
green card came back, gotcha. So you have service,
March, to show he was still in violation. That's when I sent out the notice of hearing.
okay.
So this was my reinspection from my violation. And then the ones from yesterday show that he's still in violation.
Okay. Admitted without objection, so looks like
This one, Special Magistrate Code Sections 14.2 and 12.4C have complied, so those are findings of fact.
all right, what are those? Is that grass and weeds or garbage cans?
14.2, 12.4C, miscellaneous items, and garbage can.
Okay, those two. I gotta draw my Venn
Your Venn
diagram properly.
diagram.
And those are findings of fact?
And the other code sections, we're asking for compliance by 627 or the 710 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
And what are those violations? Is that just the,
Grass and weeds and the sidewalk and driveway are stained.
okay, let me see the pics there. Yeah, the grass and weeds up along the fence line, I guess.
Correct.
Gotcha. And the sidewalk in the driveway. Yeah. Okay. Green seems to be a very popular color these days.
My
There's a
favorite
whole bunch of greenhouses around. I think I'm going to go white just to be different. All right, so they say you've cleaned it up and you've got your garbage can straightened out, so that's not even a concern anymore. They just do a finding of fact thing, which means try not to do it again for the next 5 years, and you're going to be fine. The problem there, I think, remaining is the weeds, especially along the fence line. I have that same.
Loft this afternoon in reference to it, or this morning, of what was left.
Yeah, and I have the same problem with my neighbor. You know, I have to literally reach under my shadow box fence to pull out the weeds between his.
Oreo along that fence line. Yeah. It's actually a flower, but if you want them removed, that's not a problem.
Flowers, it's all fun. It's just probably not the best way to grow a morning glory plant by draping it on a fence.
Well, okay, yeah.
You know, maybe in a trellis or something to make it look more like a planter and not like a weed would be a better use. And the next thing is, my two most hated winter tasks are pressure cleaning my shadow box fence and my driveway, which I love. I happen to do every year and grumble about it. But, you know, we have all this humidity during the rainy season, and right now it's fabulous because it's dry and everyone's happy. But by the time the rainy season comes around, everything gets moldy and slimy, so you need to clean it up once a year. So they're saying you need to do those things, the weeding. Yeah.
In this photo here, there may be some weeds right here in this area.
He's going to clean up around the fence line.
Yeah, can I explain that actually? So I put the trash can along behind the brick, and there was some, I pulled out roots and all that. I'm just waiting until Sunday so I can drag that down. That's all that is. It's just loose stuff. There's nothing there anymore. I have a picture if you want to see it.
That's not a problem. That's just you relocated the trash can to comply with the village ordinances, and you had to clean some things out, and you'll have it done. I'm not concerned at all about that. It's mainly the sidewalk and the driveway, and this is a good time to either
That's not a problem.
get a pressure cleaner guy or get a pressure
I
cleaner.
have one, yeah. I actually did it in January, but I never called and all that, so that's on me.
And
actually, well, never mind.
And there's something else that helps too. If you get a sprayer,
I do it.
if you have access to pool bleach, or just go buy yourself some pool
I've
bleach.
been doing it. That's why it's kind of like
Just like clean
yes
up.
and no, kind of. Like it's clean some. I did like 2 treatments on it.
Especially right now, because it's not raining. If you get a little bit of bleachy water on it, it'll bake in for a couple of days. Because in about 2 weeks, we're going to hit the rainy season, and nothing's going
It's
to bake in.
crazy how fast it comes back like that.
I wait till the beginning of the dry season to do mine, just so it has a couple months to bake out before it molds again. All right, so you just need to have these things done by June 27th, so that gives you a ton of time. And like I said, the minute you're done and it's all pretty, get Margaret to drive out there. You want an affidavit of compliance in your file. You'll have more than enough time to get all this done. But yeah, make sure you get her out there. Because I love telling my wife, come out here and look at what I've done. So this is now your code enforcement wife here, and you're gonna show off your pretty pressure washing job to her. Okay?
So it's just pressure washing and okay. Okay. All right, thank you.
The other things should be gone, and it'll just prove that. All right, 627, 710, 25 is granted. All right, so you'll get an order in the mail? Oh, yeah, we get to keep those because they love paper and they love killing toner.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean any disrespect in the beginning.
We have little procedures we go through. So you got to get through that one before you can talk, and then you can say anything respectfully or disrespectfully.
Fine. Thank you, sir. All right, moving to page 4, third one down, case 24-0156, 140 La Mancha Avenue, Devin H. Edwards.
Code Section 06190A1, the structure is stained. I observed this violation on 2/20/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 2/23/24. It was delivered on 3/4/24. I sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/29/24, and it was delivered on 4/5/24. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Turn down their phones or put them on mute, because I really am not going to yell at you for that or anything. It's just funny watching everyone scramble to get it out of their purse or try to shut it off while it's ringing.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, it's okay. It's not a problem. It's just technology.
What's your name?
Devon H. Edwards, 140 La Mancha Avenue.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to have an emergency and a hearing at the same time.
It's almost done. There you go. All right, these are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation with the signed green card, which looks like you signed for it. Exhibit 2 is a notice of hearing for tonight's hearing, again with the green card that was delivered but unsigned. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership, showing that you own the property right there. And exhibit 4, this should be, is photographs. And then, I'm sorry, exhibit 5 is affidavit of compliance. Any objection to these documents? No. Thank you, sir.
See, I'm not going to yell, and you're done, because you get a finding of fact. Are we done?
Yeah, well, did you see
Yeah.
the picture? What I do?
We'll show the picture of it being done.
A finding of service, please.
We have signed green cards for service. Good. I was going to tell you all about my adventure of having to paint this summer, because I spent my winter painting a car. So
Right there.
all you're going to do is get an affidavit, or no, you're going to get a finding of fact in the mail which says, don't let this happen for the next 5 years. That paint job will last 5 years. You'll be fine.
Paint didn't, I had to take care of that, but the tenants put the garbage can out there and claimed the whole neighborhood does it. Why is he getting into problem for doing it? But
The train attendant. Dogs are easier.
okay.
All right, sir, you'll get an order in the mail. Thank you for taking care of it.
Bottom of the page, 24-0208, 220 Las Palmas Street, Barry T. and Joanne M. Sarkeesian.
Code Sections 2318B3, parking on lawn. I observed the violation on 3/1/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 3/1/24. It was signed on 3/4/24, sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/27/24, and it was signed on 3/29/24. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Okay, you're on a roll.
Your name for the record?
Joanne Sarkeesian.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of violation with the signed green card. Exhibit 2 is a notice of hearing for tonight's hearing, again with the signed green card. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership showing you own the property. Exhibit 4, this should be, photographs of the violation. And Exhibit 5 is the affidavit of compliance. Any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
You're part of the affidavit, or not the affidavit, you're part of the Finding of Fact Club. It looks very pretty. Is that the new pavers you put in there or something?
Gravel rock.
Oh, okay. As long as they think you're complied, I don't care to
On it.
underjudge them or outjudge them. You're
They
fine by
cannot
them.
park on that area. And she hasn't, so.
Good. All right, they're just saying, don't do it again, because if you do it again, you don't get a warning, you don't get time to cure, you just get fined from that point on. So, yeah, I bought my house here in the village. I was unencumbered, meaning I didn't have a wife or girlfriend, and I bought the house with the biggest driveway, because I'm a guy. It's like, ooh, it's got a garage and a huge driveway. Oh, it's a 3-2, I guess that's okay. So you'll get an order in the mail, just keep in compliance.
Thank you.
Much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I thought we were doing one per page. You messed me up here. Yeah, I did too. All right, what do we have on 5, or if anything?
Thing on 5, top of 6, 24-0286, 10664 Acme Road, Main Street at Total Royale LLC.
Okay, the code section is 2041, signage on the fence down Tuttle Boulevard and Erica Boulevard is prohibited. This violation was sent certified mail 4/16/24, and it was delivered per USPS track and confirm on 4/18/24. And the notice of hearing was mailed out along with the notice of violation on those dates. I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation and notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay, sir, could you please identify yourself for the record?
Wallace. I'm the principal of Wallace Law. I'm attorney for the property owner. The principal of the property owner is here as well, Brian Tuttle.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation. Unsigned. Here's the USPS delivered confirmation, confirming that it was delivered with an individual.
No signature, though.
You don't get signatures on delivery confirmations.
Right, confirmed delivered is what we have. That's the notice of violation. Exhibit 2 is the notice of hearing. I'm sorry, that's part of Exhibit 1. Exhibit 2 is verification of ownership, showing who owns the property. And Exhibit 3 is photographs with dates at the top. Any objection to the documents?
The only thing I just wanted the record to reflect that obviously the green card, there was no confirmation that the signature was received, but that's my objection.
Okay, thank you.
Admitted over objection. All right, Village, do you have anything more to add other than these lovely color pictures with these long, 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 long signs on them? Do you have a permit in your file for these long, long, long signs?
Prohibited, so we would not permit these signs.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of figuring. All right, Mr. Wallace.
I just have a couple questions for the village, whoever can answer it. I guess my first question is there a particular code section that governs temporary construction, wind and privacy fences?
There is a sign code, period.
I think that there's an important distinction, okay? Because this is a privacy construction fence. No, this is an advertising fence. I think I know what you're, okay. I do disagree because
Private terraces, you know, if you would put animals on there, that might have been something different, but this is commercial speech.
There would actually be a sign. The definition of a sign is any words, illustration. Let me read it out to you, actually. Definition of a sign: an identification, description, depiction, illustration, or device which directs attention to a product, service, place, activity, person, institution, or business, or any emblem, painting, banner, pennant, placard, or temporary sign designed to advertise, identify, or convey information. So it is the illustration on your mesh and the wording is a sign.
Okay,
And it actually falls into the definition of a banner, as the fabric mesh is defined out. A banner is a sign made of cloth, fabric, paper, non-rigid plastic, or similar type of material. So it's prohibited by the fact that it's a banner. And you can have the mesh up there without any signage. That would be okay.
And I'm asking, that's my question is, what section of the code governs what a construction fence? Is there a
This is not
section?
a construction fence. This is a commercial sign.
I understand. I've got two people going against me, not just the village, but the.
Explaining what the code is.
Don't have a code on a construction fence. I have codes on signage. This is the sign. You're not cited for the fence. You're cited for the sign.
And I'm asking you, what section of the code prohibits any words or pictures on a construction fence?
There is no construction fence
I'll
requirement
show-
under the
I'll show
code.
you some construction fences, and I'm wondering, that's what I'm asking you. My question is, what section of the code governs these fences? Like,
Chapter 20 regards signs.
I have it right here. I have it right here.
And that is a sign that is on your construction fence.
Okay, because interestingly enough, this is a non-residential zoning district. MIDI was there. This is actually the mixed-use social district. So I'm looking and I'm saying, if you're defining this as a sign, which I obviously have got multiple counsel against me making a determination this is a sign, I'm saying that this is a permitted sign because it's a banner and pennants and it's permitted in a non-residential zoning district. That's what I'm saying. And if you look at section 20-41(5), I believe that we don't need a permit for this.
So let me just.
And I've got more sections to cite too, so be ready.
I want to make sure that your question is addressed. You're asking what portion of the village code addresses construction fences. That's not why we're here tonight.
Well, but I'm
That's what I
asking you
think
because I'm taking the position this is a construction fence and I'm,
cited for. You've been cited for 20-41, which is a prohibited sign.
And just to clarify, so the banners and pennants, except as may be permitted in non-residential zoning districts, we allow banners in non-residential zoning districts in 2 instances. A temporary commercial ID banner for 30 days once you've obtained your CO. And we also allow a grand opening banner for 30 days once you've obtained your business tax receipt. Those are the only 2 times a banner is allowed in the Village of Royal Palm Beach for commercial.
okay, well, actually, I have a couple other sections to cite where it actually probably would be as well. Okay, ready? Okay, I believe a portion of this construction fence, because I'm not committing that this is a sign. If you look at section 20-25, subsection 1, there's indications where a nameplate or owner designation sign, if you're taking that position, so I believe we're compliant under that section. I also believe that we're compliant under subsection of section 20-25, subsection 11, because this is a non-residential real estate for sale sign, rental signs, and lease signs. So I believe we're compliant under that. If you're saying this meets the definition of sign, which I'm not committing to.
It does meet the definition of a sign, and it actually meets the definition of a banner. And banners are listed as a prohibited sign as well.
Well, I would say that we're compliant because under section 20-25, subsection 11, it's a non-residential real estate for sale signs, rental signs, and lease signs. It's pretty clear in your picture. It says now leasing.
Is electric vehicle charging stations. I mean,
You're trying to cite as well.
I do.
Keep going. You might as well get it all on the record.
Good. I would also say that it's probably because we're citing the developer here. It's a temporary contract or remodel sign on active and permitted construction sites, which it is, and that's subsection 10.
you have a permit for Pod 6, a building permit?
This is related to a,
Do you have a building permit for Pod 6?
it's an active construction site. I believe I will have to defer to my client on that one.
You do not.
Answer the question, sir.
I'm not aware. I don't have knowledge of it.
Know this answer.
Under the city's code, once our site plan was approved, we were given permission to do construction services of clearing and getting the site prepped. So yes, we were given permission, and it is an active construction site.
But while you're standing there, do
That,
you have a building permit for Pod 6?
But that's
Thank
not
you.
what it said. It said active and permitted construction site. We have a clearing permit for Pod 6.
okay. Keep going. Next section, please.
Well, I mean, it's clear that there's no, that asking the village, that it's clear that there's no code governing what's a temporary construction privacy screen and what's not. And certainly there's also nothing nothing in the code that says whether or not you can put words, pictures, or depictions on there. And clearly, this is an arbitrary application of this code, because clearly we meet section 11,
So
subsection 11.
I would say that we have tenants who have come in and tried to tint their windows with depictions and illustrations, and that's a sign. It meets the definition of a sign.
We had that case a long time ago. Yep.
Well,
Corona's
tell
on
me
the
why
wall.
it's not section 20-25, subsection 11. It's clear where it's a non-residential real estate for sale sign, rental sign, and lease sign. The definition of residential is less than 4 units. This is over 400 units.
But you don't have a building permit for pods.
It doesn't say that. Section 11.
If you don't have a building permit, then what are you leasing?
It says non-residential real estate for sale signs, rental signs, and lease signs. It doesn't say whether or not you have to have a permit or not. It just says non-residential real estate for sale signs, rental signs, and lease signs.
You also need to then look at what's allowed for a residential or a non-residential real estate sign.
There's nothing that says it. There's no.
Yes, sir, there is. In another area of the code, we have a residential real estate sign and non-residential real estate
And I'd love to see
defined.
that because.
So non-resident, section 20-68, B1, or, well, we'll start with B, non-residential, the following 2 types of non-residential signs are permitted. 1 single-faced sign parallel to the adjacent right-of-way not to exceed 7 feet in height and 32 square feet in area. That sign is larger than 32 square feet in area.
Well, I
Or
think you have
1
to break- I think you have to
double-faced
break it
sign
down,
not to
though.
exceed 7 feet in height and 32 square feet in area, and notwithstanding the general calculation method set forth in the definition of sign area at section 20-1 for any double-faced non-residential real estate sign, only 1 face of such double-faced sign shall be counted in the calculating the sign area,
Well,
so long as the sides are identical in size and the angle between each of the face is no greater than 90 degrees. So that does not meet what's allowed for.
I don't see how it does, because you have to break it up. If you're saying breaking up, there's different sections on this construction fence, which you've deemed a sign. There's an indication of who the contractor and developer are. That's compliant, where it says Lynn Living, House and Living, or what, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on.
Sir, they're over 32 square feet in area.
That's not, there's different sections for each of these. It clearly says that a nameplate or owner designation sign, it also says temporary contract remodel sign. There's no limitation on that.
Of a banner, the village's position would be it meets the definition of a banner and it's a prohibited
I mean,
sign.
I guess we're going to have judicial review to make a determination.
Sections out. I want to make sure you have a complete record. What other sections are you referring to?
I've already put on the record, but I'll reiterate it just so the record is clear. I think I better. Okay. Okay. We believe that under section 20-41, subsection 5, that is a permitted banner and pennant if you were taking that definition. We also believe that we don't need a permit or permit fee because under section 20-25, subsection 1, we believe it's a nameplate or owner designation sign. We also believe that under section 20-25, subsection 10, it's a temporary contract remodeler sign in an active and permitted construction project. We also believe that we don't need a permit or permit fee under section 20-25, subsection 11, because it's a non-residential real estate for sale sign, rental sign, and lease sign. But we are not committing that this is a sign. It is a temporary construction fence, which is very clear that there is no particular governing code on it. Tell me, I'd like to know, what is the height requirement on a construction fence? Is there?
So let me just make clear, the village code is permissive. So point to the magistrate where in the code you're allowed to have a temporary construction fence with that signage on it.
Tell me where in the code you're allowed to have a temporary construction fence in general, because I drive all over the village and I see there's temporary construction fence. So tell me where that is. Tell me where it's permissive to have that. There isn't. It doesn't exist.
So he's
Just
not
like
going to
it
answer the
doesn't
question, that's
exist,
fine.
we can or cannot have temporary construction sign. It also doesn't tell us whether or not we can have words on it, whether or not we can have pictures on it, whether or not we can have renderings on it. And certainly it looks like we're going to have a court decide whether or not.
We'll get to that point right now because I'm the one who gets to decide at the code enforcement part of this procedure what goes where. Your signs are obviously signs. I am the attorney for the town of Glen Ridge, where I have been there for 35 years, and I understand the concept of signage and sign codes. I also just had a meeting approving a storage facility where we specifically discussed the sign code and the application of the sign code to that building.
But how does that relate to the Village of Royal Palm, though?
Wonderful understanding of sign codes and their applications, at least in Palm Beach County, on a legal and a professional basis. I find all of your arguments to be unpersuasive. I find the village's arguments to be persuasive. I find that your signs are in violation. And what would you like, Village of Royal Palm?
Just to also clarify, under 2041, it also states as a prohibited sign is signs in excess of 32 inches in width, and also any other sign not specifically permitted by this chapter. That's so.
If you want to take that route. But what we are here for right now is a code enforcement procedure regarding signs. And I deem this to be a sign. Now, if you just put a plain covering in front of your construction fence, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But you've got EV charging stations and stuff. No, you're not questioning me. I'm making a ruling, and we're going to stop
I respect that. I do respect that, but I guess I'm still...
I'm not, it's not your turn, sir, right now. I'm waiting for the village to tell me what they want in terms of relief.
We're asking for compliance by May 30th or an up to, which is authorized by law, up to $250 a day fine. June 12th.
So I will find that the village has proven to my satisfaction that this is a sign, that this is prohibited. The sign must be removed by May 30th, or we will appear at the June 12th hearing, where you will face a $250 a day fine. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Respondents' counsel leaves. I just want to make clear for the record, there was a finding of service, or
There's a
asked that
finding
there
of
is a finding of
service.
service.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't need that, thank you. Staying on the same page, health, safety, welfare hearings, case 24-0318, 180 Kingsway, Ann M. Dorsey Williams.
Special Magistrate, the violation was observed on May 1st. The notice of violation was sent certified mail and posted on May 2nd. The notice of hearing was posted and sent certified mail on May 2nd as well. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence: the notice of violation, notice of hearing with the affidavit of service, verification of ownership, and the pictures.
Okay.
My name is Ann Williams Dorsey. It's not Dorsey Williams.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the notice of violation and notice of hearing.
That's fine.
Exhibit 2 is the notice of violation. Second page is notice of hearing. Exhibit 2 is verification showing that you own the property. Duplicates, sorry about that. Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation. Any objection to the documents?
No, I don't have an objection to the documents. I do have an objection to the context of which my family has been approached by code enforcement. And I did speak with Roy Hill regarding that, because my mother was a pioneering, resident of the Kingsway, one of the original builders. And I explained, first, and I have not had any contact with the Village of Royal Palm Beach or code enforcement in all the years, and this property was built back in 1992. So the first encounter that we had was, Mr. Andrew coming with my twin daughters saying, and also, a guest there at my home, to move the property, or move a vehicle off the property. So we're like, oh, okay, that's fine. We never park on the property. But I have many neighbors that don't look like like me that park on their property every day, and that has not been a problem. And I'm just saying that, and I don't care how anyone agrees or disagrees. I'm just telling you my experience. Everyone has given their own personal experiences, their own testimonies, and their own stories, and so I am giving mine. We immediately moved the vehicle. Within 2 to 3 days, I had a bang on my front door, like I thought the police were banging on the front door. I do have ADT system with a Google doorbell, so there's no reason for anyone to come banging my door down. I immediately went to the front door. It was Andrew and also Margaret, and they were approaching me about the pool. I'm like, wow, I haven't had an encounter with code enforcement in over 31 years, and here within 7 days, I'm getting all of this ad nauseum. It's like overzealousness with visits from code enforcement, and that's fine. I'm all for keeping the neighborhood, up to par, but I want to make sure that it's not just equitable, but that we share the wealth of which we enforce codes. Because I actually drove them down to 153. I showed them where there's a tree that has totally wrapped itself around a neighbor's home. No one seemed to see that. So I want to make sure, and when I said to them, there's so many violations that I see, I'm glad you're out here. And I was told and kind of warned, well, you know that if you mention this, you cannot bring these things to our attention anonymously. I said, I have no desire to bring them anonymously. I want to make sure that we're enforcing code throughout that entire area. So with that being said, I explained, yes, there's some pieces, my lawn people, they come out, we had hedges around the pool. I remove them because of snakes, frogs, just whatever. I'm not into that. My lawn people, they come in when they weed eat, they will cut the bottom of the screen enclosure, and so sometimes the screens will flap. You constantly get them repaired. They go back and they cut them again. So they said to me, this is a hazard. I explained, my mother worked as a teacher. She built this home, and I told them from Pahokee, single woman, sent 2 black daughters to Harvard and Boston University, so I'm all for what's right. Okay? But I want to make sure that we do that in the right way and we spread the wealth. I was told that someone could possibly come into the back of this enclosure and that they could enter my pool. A child, my mother died of breast cancer and Alzheimer's in 2015, and she was a person that would wander. So I wanted to make sure that she did not. I don't want any person to come back there that said you can either fix the screen, secure the pool, put up a fence. Within days, I opened my front door. There's a letter shoved into my front door. I opened the doors in a plastic bag. I picked that out. I'm like, wow, you have until May 8th. From May 1st to May 8th, and that doesn't include the weekend, that you need to fix this situation. So I'm like, stressing, like I want to get this done. I don't want someone to die on our property. That's the least of what I want. I worked as a teacher, assistant principal, and also a principal in the school district of Palm Beach County for over 27 years. And I explained to them, I'm the only person, male, female, black, white, that actually had the Justice Department come here to Palm Beach County and sue the school district of Palm Beach County for the rights of women to be able to have their civil rights met, to be pregnant and have children. And so I'm all about what's right and what is just. I hired a company to come out. They're a Brazilian company, so we did have a app that would interpret, back and forth. They came in, they put up a fence. Then I called them because it says on the letter, if you want to avoid coming to the hearing, make sure that you make a phone call to someone to let them know that, you've attempted to rectify the problem. I did. And when I called, I just got Andrew's voicemail. I called Margaret. I explained to them how I felt. I said, it'd be nice. If we have a new person, it'd be nice to know that there's a new person coming out, that you're here in the area. I never get anything from the village, not a newsletter. I came from Canal Point working as an educator to take care of my sick and elderly mother that died of stage 4 breast cancer and also Alzheimer's, Gwendolyn Williams. I acquired the property after she died. So again, she built the pool. I've never had a pool, never had to erect anything within the village of Royal Palm Beach. I don't even vote here because I've never gotten anything here to welcome me and my family into this community. However, I want to comply. I spoke with Mr. Roy Hill. I told him, I said, I don't know if we got off on a bad start, but I don't want to feel intimidated. I don't want to feel like someone's banging on my door or bossing me around or whatever. We live here. We invest in these properties. My home is paid for, and it has been in full since 2017. So I intend to be here. I intend to comply. We've had generations of my family living here. We've been through a lot, but we intend to be here, and we want to beautify the neighborhood. So I want to work with code enforcement. I spoke with Mr. Hill. He said, listen, I had them go up. I hired a company, put a fence up. It's beautiful. Within days, did you get I said, listen, I hired a contractor. I told them what we needed in order to solve the problem. I don't want someone dead. We'll deal with whatever do I need a permit? Okay. He told me tonight that they'll work with me to go through that process. We'll get it done because we are in the business of working with our residents, and that's all I'm here for.
Okay, so my pet peeve in the Village of Royal Palm Beach, in terms of code enforcement, and I let a lot of things go, and there are a lot of things that don't bother me the least, is kids drowning. There were two 3-year-old twins who have died in the state of Florida in the last week by getting into someone's pool and drowning.
I have twin daughters. They're 13 and I'm 54. I was pregnant with quadruplets.
I don't care about what you are or who you are or where you work or anything of that nature. All I care about is protecting children from dying.
You're talking to
now, ma'am, this is not a conversation, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to explain myself. I did not interrupt you, did I?
No, you didn't.
I let you go on, and I did not interrupt, correct?
We've all gone on and on. Thank you.
Is that if there was even a possibility of someone coming in there and getting into your pool and being harmed, I'm going to stop that.
I agree with you.
And if the village says there's a exposed pool and for you to fix it, then I'm going to support that.
It's been solved. The situation is right here. I've already spoke with Mr. Hill. The pictures are right there. Situation done, taken care of.
You finished?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were speaking. Okay.
Make sure you're finished. So she's correct. The PVC fence has been installed, so the pool is no longer exposed. So we're not looking for a violation finding. Obviously, it's no longer a health, safety, welfare issue. We just want to communicate to you that there is a permit required for the fence. So
Mr. Hill explained that to me today. Yes, ma'am.
Good. So just make sure you continue through that process.
He told me that you guys will walk me through that process today, and I appreciate
So it's a
that.
finding of fact on the pool?
No, sir, we're just pulling it.
You're just pulling it? Okay, we're done. It's pulled.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Gentleman in the back, do we have him for something?
266 La Mancha, the bottom of page 3.
It'll come in the mail. Yep. Thank you. Which one is it?
26, bottom of page 3.
Thank you.
266 La Mancha Avenue.
Thanks. Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez. Sorry, bottom of page 3, case 24-0135, 266 La Mancha Avenue, Lyndon V. and Shelley Mitchell.
Code section 06190A1, 124C, and 15132. The structure is stained, garbage cans are in public view, and the swell area has ruts and bare areas. I observed this violation on 2/8/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 2/9/24. I received that on 2/14/24. I sent out a notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/20/24, and posted that to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
Your name, sir?
Lyndon Mitchell.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into the record. Exhibit 1 is the notice of violation with the signed green card. Exhibit 2 is the affidavit of service for the notice of hearing for tonight's hearing. The notice of hearing, which came back returned, unable to forward. Exhibit 3 is verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4 is photographs of the violation. Any objection to the paperwork, to the documents being entered?
No, but I had my driveway and sidewalk pressure cleaned on
Yep.
March 20th.
Yep, we'll get to that.
But she still said that the paveway is stained.
Okay, we can explain that to the council right now.
Sign green card on the notice or on the violation notice. Affidavit of posting is service on the hearing notice. We have some garbage cans on the side. All right, still garbage cans on the side, and tell me about this.
The swell area here on both sides of the home, he has installed rock. You can't install rock, and that requires sod. It looks better now because they haven't been driving on it, but originally it was a lot worse. So that needs to be addressed.
Well, the reason why that was there is because right in that particular area, that when the water runs down from the backyard, it runs right there. It gets real soggy and muddy right there, and it's hard for grass to go right there. So if you backing out and you happen to hit that side right there, your wheel would go down into the sod.
Yeah, what she's probably saying to you, but she doesn't really know it, is you could probably be better off making a French drain out of that area so it would drain better, and what you do for that is...
I'm not sure, Special Magistrate, if you could do that, because that's village property.
Well, all you have to do for that is you just have to put the gravel there, but you just have to cover it with some sod so it'll drain through.
Well, but our
Okay.
point is it's village right-of-way.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
a
not sure
village
that-
right-of-way, it's not supposed to be gravelled there. All I'm saying is,
Correct.
if you want to drain it properly, you just leave it there, but you cover it with sod, it'll make it through.
Would I be able to put like a mulch over that area?
No, it's really supposed to be sodded. That's the
Code section
swales.
15143 states the swale must be sodded.
You can put in the swale is a permitted plant by the village, and I don't even know if they permit them anymore. They used to, but they don't seem to like it anyhow.
In this photograph, you'll see the garbage cans
Yeah,
in
they
public
need to,
view,
they need to be
as well
screened.
as the staining on the structure, on the home.
There's the bottom there.
Yeah, I take care of that.
And I'm going to see, nothing of this is a life safety, health safety, welfare problem. So you're going to get till the end of June probably to do this. Is this the 6:30 as well?
627 or 710 or $25 a day fine.
627, 710, 25.
And make sure you look at the whole house to see if there's any other stains when you do have this side cleaned, in case. I do believe there may be some stains on the front of the home as well. I did not get a good photo of that, but I believe like up in this area here, there may be some stains. And check the other side as well, okay? But that the main side that I did really draw attention to is this side.
Yeah, we've got the garbage cans too, so it's like a double feature.
Correct.
All right, so you try to pressure wash it away, you know.
Wait.
The driveway and sidewalk, you took care of that.
I was talking about the house.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Yeah, the house, what I've found is kind of good on those. You know, you try to pressure wash it off. Just if you have a surface cleaner like you use for your driveway, use that on your house. It gets rid of all kinds of things. It concentrates it well, and it doesn't blast back in your face as much. You may have to use the actual wand on the bottom section because that looks like mold growing up from irrigation. So you have a sprinkler system or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening there, is the water stays on that wall longer than it stays on the rest of the walls in the house, and that's where the mold starts to grow, and that's why it's discolored there.
Okay.
And unfortunately, sometimes the mold even grows under the paint. I've watched people paint fences white and have them turn spring green because mold grew under the white. It's kind of horrible. So, yeah, you have until the end of June 27th to do this, but when you get finished, call Margaret. And it doesn't hurt to call Margaret to say, look, I've got the screens done early for the garbage cans, and I'm going to work on the house, because at least she'll be able to say, we got progress going on here, and I'll be able to go out in there and check that. And when she does that kind of thing, she also reports it back to me that, yeah, he was working on this, he was working on that. And now we give people more leeway because you show up, you express concern, and you deserve something for that.
Appreciate
Okay?
it.
So you get an order in the mail. Just keep in touch with Ms. Hancoat. And like I said, for the garbage cans, usually just some lattice
Yeah.
will work.
Or he could put them behind the air conditioner unit. I believe there's an AC unit there. You're going to have to sod the swale area, just a couple of pieces over the bare spots. and screen the garbage cans. If the stains don't come off the house with pressure cleaning, you might have to touch it up with some matching paint.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm painting sometime. This is the year. You know, your paint job's good for about a decade if you're lucky, and then it's time for a refresh. I'm not going green. Everyone's doing green. So.
Yep.
All right, sir. So you got your marching orders here. Does it all make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like I said, you know, once you get your stuff done, give her a call.
All right.
This is done, that's done. That way, when you come back here and say, I'm doing this, but I had to wait for that, Margaret can say, well, he did call me on this and fix it, he did call me on that and fix it. I mean, just something as simple as throwing a couple of pieces of sod into the yard. Call Margaret because she's driving around all day. She'd be happy to check. Okay?
All right. Okay. Thank you.
She'll have a wonderful evening. All right, does that end the live program?
It does, yes, sir.
Into progress. No progress, huh?
No progress for tonight, yeah.
All right, does anyone need a break? Are we all good?
Okay.
I'm okay. No. I'm just checking because now we just coast through with our normal stuff. Page 1, number 1.
Yep, fine assessment hearings, case 23-1145, 1250, Palm Beach Trace Drive, Bella Vita at Royal Palm Beach, HOA Inc., Keo Crits Development of Royal Palm LLC.
Special Magistrate, I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. The order finding a violation is Exhibit 1. The verification of ownership is Exhibit 2. And the pictures are Exhibit 3.
All right, and how do you have service on this case? Because I see an envelope.
Yes,
Come back.
the respondent was present at the previous.
Okay, so you're
hearing,
saying
so
you
it's-
have actual service?
Yes, Special Magistrate.
Okay. That I will accept. Go ahead.
This is a fine assessment hearing. It's been out of compliance for 13 days, so we're asking for a fine of $325 and continuing.
And this is the HOA, huh?
Yeah, the hedges, when I measured them on the 26th, they were about 10 feet, 9.5 to 10 feet.
That's Palm Beach level. Actually, that's not quite. They go 15 or 20 foot. They're impressive. All right, so what would you want on this? 325 plus continuing?
Yes, sir.
Granted. I marked it out because it was supposed to be at the bottom. I should have just left it.
23-1215, 1700 Crestwood Court South, number 1707, Sylvester K. Gagai and Habib S. Talukdar.
So easy.
I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the order of finding a violation with the affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, the permit information from AS 400. And Exhibit 3, the verification of ownership.
Well, I'm betting you that the air conditioner works, so they wouldn't be living here. All right, you have service via posting. What would you like? 325
Same
plus
thing, 13
continuing
days
is
out of
granted.
compliance, 325 and continuing. 23-1239, 133 Galliano Street, Therapist to You, Inc.
I remember these people. I just love the name. We get them every other year, every third year. They don't like calendaring these things. When I get those postcards, boy, I run there. All right, signed green card equals service. Tell me about this one.
Go ahead.
Special Magistrate, I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the order of finding violation. Exhibit 2, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, the permit information from AS 400. And Exhibit 4, the affidavit of compliance.
Oh, well, congratulations on their finding of fact. I was just looking at
This one is actually a fine assessment hearing. It was out of compliance from April 26th to the 28th, so we're asking for a fine of $75 and not continuing.
75, no continuing. Now, I was looking at the ownership sheet. They have it actually, the Therapist to You, Inc., which is silly because you don't get any of the homestead protections that a normal person would get in the state of Florida. Here, let's have a corporation. Therefore, I can foreclose on your $75 fine and put you into a foreclosure sale.
Going to top of page 2, 23-1283, 106 Sherwood Drive, Linda M. Parsons Estate.
like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order finding violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, affidavit of service is service. What do we have for violations? Oops. We've got sidewalk and driveway stained. Yeah, never paint your driveway. That's a rule. All right, 325 plus continuing is granted.
Thank you.
Thank you. 23-1304, 145 Granada Street, Kristen L. Dunn.
Documents into evidence. Previous order finding violation, verification ownership. Pictures.
All right, signed green card equals service. What do we have on this one? Oh, let's put our prohibited, trailer
Parking
in the
on
swale in the front of the yard, right by the road where Margaret drives.
Name it.
It's probably an aqua sport, by the way, the boat. I know my boats. All right, 325 plus continuing, granted.
23-1308, 109 Malaga Street, Sean and Brittany N. Karames.
Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Order finding violation, USPS tracking, verification ownership, and pictures.
USPS tracking confirms or verifies your service. And what do we have on this one? Structure stained. I'm looking at all the palm trees with the... No, well, they're not dead trees. Those are woodpecker homes. You see the holes in them. Okay, so we have the hoop out by the... And they've got the garbage cans.
That's complied, 124C, which is a garbage can, that complied, so that's going to be a
They got the
continuing.
garbage can 5 feet away from the fence. All right, so 124C is a finding of fact. Let me go get that.
Yesterday, the garbage can was put away.
Well, you know, you're educating them.
Been out for 13 days, so 325 and continuing.
325 and continuing for the rest is granted.
Thank you.
24-0017, 149 Bilbao Street, Renee A. Barzaga.
Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Order finding violation, Exhibit 2, verification ownership, Exhibit 3, pictures.
Signed green card equals service. Let's see how these people are. Okay.
We did trim the hedge some, but it's way over 4 foot. It's 6 foot. And then they need to sod that bare area. I actually spoke to the gentleman of the resident this morning in the office. So he says he's going to take care of it right away.
Well, he better, because it's going to start, well, you gave us 325? 325,
It's
because continuing
325.
is starting, so hopefully he will stop it.
Violation hearings, case 24-0042, 11837 Balsam Drive, Patricia D. Price and Roxana Marsh.
I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation. Exhibit 2, the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, the pictures. And Exhibit 5, an affidavit of compliance.
Well, I could tell, because your notice of violation had sidewalk and driveway along with it, then it just devolved down to the one thing, and then it's now the no thing.
Yes,
So
sir.
the finding of fact is granted.
24-0053, 1390 Chorus Way, Karina Escudero and Pablo Britos.
I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, the notice of violation. Exhibit 2, the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, the pictures. And Exhibit 5, an affidavit of compliance.
I just marvel in the fact that the person actually spelled their name on the green card. You have service. Finding of fact is granted.
This and your mailing and everything to
Yes.
get that in.
I'm sorry about that. Special,
Do it for this one, and then we'll go back to
Okay.
the last one. No, do it for the one we're on. Yep, stay on the one we're on, and then we're going to go, then after this one's done, we'll go back to the other one.
Special Magistrate, the observation was observed on the 23rd of January. The notice of violation was sent certified mail January 24th, received on January 30th. The notice of hearing was sent on March 1st and received on March 4th. So establishing service for the previous finding of fact.
There we go.
Which one is that? That's for 1390?
That was for 1390.
Okay.
39 course? I thought we did that.
I didn't read the establishment of service dates.
Oh, okay.
My mistake.
The 1390 is the one that we're on.
All right, well, on 1390 Chorus Way, that's the person who signed the green card. We love them.
Just for jumping backwards a bit because I didn't establish service.
That's okay, we can jump around. I don't mind, I'm
So
flexible.
this one's a finding of fact as well.
Effect on 24042, then a finding effect on 24053, am I right?
We need to reopen 24-0042. He didn't read a portion of his testimony that needs to be on the record
Got
with
it.
regard to what
Okay.
violations were observed. Yes, so we're going to reopen 24-0042.
Got it. Reopening is granted. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
The observation was observed on the 22nd of January. The notice of violation was sent on January 24th and received on January 30th. And the notice of hearing was sent on March 8th and returned on March 16th.
And what sections of the code were alleged to be violated?
Section 190A1, 3, and 5, and 12-4C.
Okay.
And
The only thing remaining is the 124C,
yes,
because that's the only thing I have on my agenda.
apologize, that was supposed to be scratched. It's 12-4C,
Yep.
Balsam.
Is refound.
Thank you. Okay, next case is 24-0077, 10274 Okeechobee Boulevard, Boulder Venture Employees 1.
Address, okay.
No, she reads the case number and the address. You start there.
Special Magistrate, the code section is 20-41 for prohibited signs. The violation was observed on the 25th of January. The notice of violation was sent certified mail the 26th of January. There's a signed green card. The notice of hearing was sent certified mail March 8th, returned on. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence: the notice of violation, Exhibit 1, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, Exhibit 3, and pictures are Exhibit 4, and the affidavit of compliance is Exhibit 5.
All right, you have a return green card for service on this one. Is what we're referring to the things on the top of the bollards in front of the traffic stops?
Yes.
Good.
those
I just
two-
wanted to make sure.
The triangle,
Capitalism
like-
requires advertising to be placed in any spot available, right? So, yeah, that's,
Yes, those are the prohibited signs.
yeah. It's like, let's cover up our bollard with some advertising. Because
Finding of fact as well.
finding
Okay.
of fact is granted.
Thank
He's on
you.
a roll. 3 in a row.
Next case,
No.
top of page 3, 24-0166, 275 Ponce de Leon Street, Ryan A. and Jennifer A. Whitney.
The code section is 6-22-105.5, an expired building permit. The violation was observed on February 22nd. The notice of violation was sent certified mail February 23rd, returned on February 26th. The notice of hearing was sent certified mail on March 5th and returned on March 7th. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence: Exhibit 1, notice of violation; Exhibit 2, notice of hearing; Exhibit 3, verification of ownership; Exhibit 4, the AS 400 permit information; and Exhibit 5, the affidavit of compliance.
All right, signed green card on the note, or the violation notice, signed green card on the hearing notice.
I think she is.
What am I looking for? And an affidavit of compliance, he is on the roll. Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you. 24-0178, 10115 Patience Lane, Joseph Guina.
Thank you. The code section, Special Magistrate, is 6-22-105.5, an expired building permit. The violation was observed on February 22nd. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on the 23rd of February, returned on February 26th. The notice of hearing was sent certified mail March 8th, and it was posted. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, a notice of violation. Exhibit 2, a notice of hearing with an affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, the AS400 permit information.
Okay. I jumped immediately, you have service via posting on that. I jumped to the last page to see if we had our affidavit of compliance, to see if your streak could continue. And the answer is no.
The permit number for the record, Special Magistrate, is 20-1022.
Okay, and what would you like on this one?
Compliance by June 27th or the 7/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine. 24-0180-179 Miramar Avenue, Robin J. McCulley.
Thank you. The code section is 6-22-105.5 for an expired permit, permit number 23-1319. The violation was observed on February 22nd. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on February 23rd, returned on February 26th. The notice of hearing was sent on March 5th and returned on March 9th. I'd like to submit the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, a notice of violation. Exhibit 2, the notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, the verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, the AS400 permit information. And Exhibit 5, an affidavit of compliance.
Mr. Guina ruined your streak. Finding of fact is granted. You have service via signed green card on the notice of hearing.
Thank you. 24-0010-129 Teal Court, Victoria Grayson Estate.
Code section 06198, 3 and 5, sidewalk and driveway are stained. Observed this violation on 1/9/24. Sent out notice of violation certified mail on 1/11/24. Posted it to the property. Sent out notice of hearing certified mail on 3/20/24. I have the USPS tracking information. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing USPS tracking. Exhibit 3, verification owner. Exhibit 4, pictures.
All right, you have service via USPS tracking confirm. What would we like?
This one, we're asking for compliance by 6/27 or the 7/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
24-0102-102 Granada Street, Carlos Aracapa.
Code section 622-105.5, permit 230473 has expired. This was written on 2/2/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 2/3/24, posted it to the property. Sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/27/24, and posted that to the property as well. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4 is 400 permit information.
You have service via posting, 6/27, 7/10, 25 is granted. The fountain looks lovely in this light.
Thank you.
It does, look at it.
Yep.
Got that afternoon sun, water vapor going off, very lovely.
24-0107-3021 Rockville Lane, Travis and Andrea Satterfield.
Code section 622-105.5, permit 22-2032 has expired. This was written on 2/2/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 2/3/24, posted it to the property. Sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/21/24, posted that as well. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
My only observation here, other than the fact that you have service via posting, is Rockville Lane. I've been doing this for like 15 years, and I've never had a Rockville Lane case, and I have no idea where a Rockville Lane would exist in the village.
Okay.
Oh, it's Saratoga?
I hadn't heard of it either. Every
God,
now and
this must
again,
be
they get one that
the
I'm like,
cleanest
what is
road in
that?
Palm Beach or Royal Palm Beach, because 15 years, never.
side of Saratoga Lakes. It's really weird.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Thank you. 24-0137, 116 Santa Cruz Avenue, Anthony R. and Jacqueline R. Scalone.
Code Section 2657, shed and setback without permit. I observed this violation on 2/8/24. It's a now notice of violation, certified mail on 2/9/24. It was delivered on 2/13/24. It's a now notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/14/24. Posted that onto the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Finding of fact is granted. You have service via posting.
Thank you.
24-0149, 1032 Rhapsody Way, J. and Darlene A. Tafer.
Code Section 2318B2, 2316, restricted trailer parked in swell area. I observed this violation on 2/13/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 2/13/24. It was delivered on 2/21/24, sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/21/24. I received that on 3/29/24. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, affidavit of compliance.
Okay, so a side-by-side vehicle. I don't know why people buy those, you know?
They're fun.
They're fun, but you could get my Jeep for like 5 or 10 grand less. You don't have to have a trailer for it.
And
You
it's
don't
fun,
have to
too.
drive it somewhere. You can insure it for almost nothing as a classic ride, but hey, you do you. Finding facts granted.
Thank you.
24-0164, 867 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Michael W. Thies and Alta Gracia Rodriguez Thies.
Work with Code Section 2657, 622, 108.4, and 91. Work without permit in setbacks, shed, gazebo, walkway, fence. I observed this violation on 2/22/24. Sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 2/23/24. It was delivered on 2/27/24. Sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/29/24. Posted that to the property. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, AS400 permit information.
All right, so you have service via posting on it.
They have just applied for the fence permit. They do not have it yet, so they still need to get for the shed, the gazebo, and the walkway
So I
/
think
pavers.
Sounds like a 627, 710.
That's right, comply by
Correct.
627, 710, $25 a day.
Thank you.
24-0187, 130 Canterbury Place, Louis O. and Catherine M. Ramirez.
Code Section 622, 105.5, permit 22-2775 has expired. This was written on 2/22/24, sent out notice of violation, certified mail on 2/23/24. It was picked up on 3/1/24, sent out notice of hearing, certified mail on 3/23/24. It was signed on 4/1/24. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, USPS tracking. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information.
Okay. Signed green cards. How nice.
Woohoo.
What would you like on this one?
Compliance by 627 or the 710 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Thank you.
24-0206, 159 Cordova Circle, Ricardo Espinosa, Maureen Carmel, and George Bennett.
Code Section 622, 108.4, installed a new driveway without a permit. Work without a permit. I observed this violation on 3/1/24, sent out notice of violation certified mail on 3/1/24. I received it on 3/7/24, sent out notice of hearing certified mail on 3/29/24. I received that on 4/5/24. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures. Exhibit 5, AS400 permit information.
They've got some good toys.
Pardon?
Looking at their collection of toys, we've got Jeeps, we've got sport cars, we got like everything.
Goodies.
They have all the goodies. They also have a pretty driveway. They really should have got it permitted though, huh? All right.
We're asking for
Service
compliance by
via signed green cards, 627, 710, 25, granted.
23-1105 is being pulled.
In case yet.
23-1199, 10479, Southern Boulevard, JBL Village Shops LLC, JBL Village Shops 2 LLC, and JBL Village Shops 3 LLC.
Code section is 622-105.5. Permit number 19353 is expired. This violation was written on 11/2/23. It was sent certified mail on 11/9/23, and according to USPS Track and Confirm, it was received on 11/13/23. Notice of hearing was mailed out on 3/16/24, or 26/24, and it was signed for on 3/29/24. I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, permit information.
All right, you have signed green cards. I'm just shocked there's not a JB Shops number 4. So what would you like on this?
It's a finding of fact.
Finding of fact is granted.
23-1223 is being pulled. 23-1224 is being pulled. 24-0123, 11903 Southern Boulevard, number 102, S. Florida Fed Land Bank Association, FLCA.
Code section is 622-105.5. Permit number 221361 is expired. This violation was written on 2/2/24, was sent certified mail on 2/2/24, and signed for on 2/7/24. Notice of hearing was mailed certified mail on 3/26/24, and it was signed for on 3/28/24. I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, permit information.
Okay. Change an air conditioner, change a contractor, and then don't get it finished.
This one's a finding of fact, too. They did fix it.
South Florida Federal Land Bank sounds like an interesting owner. It's like the mortgage holder, normally.
Thank you. 24-0195, 500 North State Road 7, Coral Sky Retail LLC.
Code section again is 622-105.5. Permit number 231362 is expired. This violation was written on 2/26/24. It was sent certified mail 2/27/24, and it was signed for on 3/4/24. Notice of hearing was mailed on 3/26/24, and it was signed for on 3/28/24. I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, permit information.
Okay, so signed green card equals service. This is one of the few properties I've seen here that actually went down in value. It went from 41 million to 39 million. Okay, what would you like?
This one we're asking for compliance by May 30th or appearance at the June 12 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
25, granted.
(24-0196) 9701 Belvedere Road, LLC.
Code section is 622-105.5. Permit number 23794 is expired. This violation was sent certified mail on 2/27/24, and it was signed for on 3/4/24. Notice of hearing was mailed on 3/26/24, and I believe it was returned not signed. I would like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation. Exhibit 2, notice of hearing. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, permit information.
Okay, unsigned green cards, I guess, are service too.
I can't make the post
I
person
used to
sign
like
them.
the COVID ones were better, you know? But whatever. All right, so
Finding of fact.
Actually, no, I don't.
I was like, you're going to take on the Army?
That's what I had. Is that? I will pull that.
Now, all we have left are fine mitts, and are we doing any of these fine mitts, or is this all done?
When I saw it, it was.
Hold on just one second.
We need to pull it.
Excuse me.
We're going to actually pull 24-0196.
Which, oh, the finding of fact we're pulling? Yeah. Okay, I'll do it next time.
We don't have the printout for the delivery confirmation for you.
All right.
The fine mitigation hearings, just for the record, 19-0399 is being pulled, 19-1061 is being pulled, 21-0056 is being pulled, 22-1209 is being pulled, 19-0465 is being pulled, and 21-0822 is being pulled because the respondents who requested these hearings did not appear.
Well, it's hard to get relief if you don't show up. Is there anything further to be brought before the magistrate? And please let the record reflect that I signed something that appears to have been minutes.
Nothing further, sir.
All right, 7:15. Everyone have a lovely evening.